everyone, welcome to the Chai and Chat Room. When I was a little girl, I remember around 6 p.m. every evening, my mom would tune in into one of the local TV stations and she would look at the Mahabharat. And one thing that really stuck with me was the beginning, the music. I just loved it. Until this day, I actually still do. There is actually a verse that I'll say, and it would probably be really familiar to you. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadunam vinaya cha kaduskritam dharma sanstar panartaya sambhavani yuge yuge. I don't know the exact translation, so I'm going to pick up my Bhagavad Gita here and just recite exactly what that sentence or statement means. So it's actually from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 7. And it says, O Arjun, whenever the forces of light, goodness, or nobility are on the retreat, and the forces of darkness, that is the evil, on the advance of threatening to take over completely, I create my human form. In other words, I materialize in the form of an incarnation. In every age, I materialize in that way for the sake of the good of noble people, to destroy sinners and re-establish the rule of Dharma, justice. Later on, we will be going into a discussion about Lord Vishnu and the Dash Avatar, which are essentially the 10 avatars that we're familiar with. And we'll go into a discussion about the next avatar, which is Kalki. But this is really just a preempt of what we're going to discuss. But I don't want to end today's video without really having a bit of motivation. And there is another Bhagavad Gita that I have been reading, and I would really encourage you to get several Bhagavad Gitas. Yes, the literal one is fine to understand what is actually the conversation between Sri Bhagwan Krishna as well as Arjuna on the battlefield. But it's really good to get some of the books that go into a good conversation and discourse, really explaining what had happened. If you really want to understand what transpired, I would really encourage you to read the Mahabharata or even look at the Mahabharata. The Mahabharata is very extensive. It's a lot of reading. I have not completed it because it's so much. So for me, I have actually gone into the Pen Bhakti series, and I could actually have that link linked to you guys so you all can view the videos and really learn. What I did was look at the videos, and I found a lot of resources on Google. I did find a lot of books locally in the puja stores, which really help. So back to the motivation. This is from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 37. The blessed Lord said, it is lust, it is anger, born of Raju Guna, insatiable and prompting man to great sin. Know this to be the enemy in man's spiritual life. Now, this could be quite cumbersome, and there is actually another book that I recently got. And right, so I got another book. It's actually written by a fellow Trinidadian, and I found this to be even simpler. And I guess sometimes we really need to go into the simple language so we see how relevant it is. So this is the simplified version. So again, chapter 3, verse 37. Then Lord Krishna replied, it is deep-seated lust, cravings and desires that when stimulated or frustrated, transforms into uncontrollable anger. Know then that this lust is the greatest enemy of mankind. And I found this simple translation of chapter 3, verse 37 to be so applicable to everyday life because there's so much to compare to. We have our family members, our friends, our peers, and there seems to be this competition that goes on, and it could actually create a lot of jealousy within us. But we should be happy for each other, and we should not really have a lot of envy and jealousy being created inside our bodies and souls, because all it does is create a lot of inconvenience and unhappiness and dissatisfaction in life. So there's a lot for us to discuss, but I really just wanted to leave a bit of motivation with you guys. So until we meet again, bye.